What's going on, everyone? We are officially live, and when I say we, I mean me and whoever might be watching. So, cheers to anybody who tunes in. I appreciate it, and I love doing these live streams too, that instant interaction. And then I love how easily accessible it is now on the cell phones. I'm using my iPhone. And I'm drinking a Victory Summer Love Ale. Pretty decent summer beer. Definitely better than the Hell or High Watermelon. I did a review for that a couple of years ago. But I remember reading tons of articles about that being the best summer beer. That tasted like garbage. It tasted like Bud Light with a Jolly Rancher dropped in. Anyways, I digress. We have a few viewers. Thank you to whoever's tuning in to watch me talk about movies with you guys and life in general. Feel free to ask me any questions. Where's the Polish girl? I believe you already asked that like 20 times, Scott Travis. I sent her back to Poland. No, I mean, we hang out every now and then, and trying to get her to come by for a party coming up. But yeah, we just haven't done these live streams. I know she really liked doing the live streams, but a lot of you guys complained that she was, I don't know, that it was too much dirty talk and stuff like that. So I kind of toned it down with that. But yeah, I know some of you guys liked it, but some of you guys didn't. So I don't know. We'll see. I might have her back again on a live stream. But she loved doing those things, though. How's everybody doing? Did they anybody watch anything good this weekend? And yes, please don't talk about the Spider-Man Homecoming. I know everybody was raving about Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, she's definitely funny, but she likes to drink. I feel like that's one of those things. Like, I just can't drink as much, and she loves drinking. So, favorite summer beer? That is such a tough question for me. I'd have to sit down and think about that. I am loving this Victory Summer Ale, Summer Love Ale. It's not my favorite though, but yeah, it seems like the last couple girls that I was seeing, whatever, talking to, they like to drink a lot more than I can do. When I was younger, I could handle it like a beast, like a champ, but not now. I just can't do it. Rocking the Spider-Man. It's a Superman tee. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Everybody is talking about that movie. By the way, the Polish girl was a fun addition. See, well, thank you. I'm getting a lot of Polish girl positivity right now, but I did get a lot of people commenting, saying, that they didn't like the dirty talk, that that we would curse and talk about sexual things and drinking and stuff like that. So I get a lot of complaints about that, but now I'm getting a lot of positive comments. So who knows? Maybe I will have her back on here again. But just scrolling through the comments. I'm drinking Golden Monkey. Golden Monkey is very good. I like that one as well. Sip of Sunshine. I'm not from. Is that a beer? Because I don't know if that is a beer or not. But it sounds good. Watching WWE Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. Yeah, I haven't watched a pay-per-view WWE in I don't know how long. But I watched Monday Night Raw a couple weekends ago, and I was so disappointed because it was like 90% talk. I was just, I don't know. I'm not a faithful viewer like I used to be back in the day. Okay, I'm not the only person who hasn't seen Spider-Man Homecoming yet. Okay, thank you, Steven. Watched 8 Million Ways to Die from Kino today. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to check that one out. Oliver Stone wrote the screenplay. Well, that's in good hands for sure. Brian Goes Blue. I'll have to definitely look into that one. Hey man, love your videos. What are your thoughts on The Walking Dead? I love The Walking Dead. I'm a big fan. Although I feel like last season, I feel like sometimes they're dragging things out. Like this whole mid-season, the past one, I just felt like it was so much of it was dragged out. Even the finale kind of felt like a letdown. But there's some dynamite episodes, but sometimes the dramatic pacing is a little bit too much. I've never seen Dexter. I like IPAs, so I'll have to look into that one. Who's the brewery for that one? I thought it was more of the viewers talking dirty than you guys were. Yeah, you're right about that, Scott Travis, and you were one of those dirty talkers. I remember that. But I've known her because we used to hook up back in the day or see each other back in the day. I want to say 8 years ago. That's when I first started hanging out with her. And then she actually moved to Poland to go to medical school, and she was working there. And then she just moved back. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool to see her back over here. $17 for a 4-pack. It's not bad. Company who makes is Lawson's. I'm not familiar with Lawson's. I don't know if that's a regional one or not. Yeah, you were, Scott. I know you were. I remember that. But she's fun for sure. I enjoy hanging out with her. I just can't drink as much. I can't keep up with her drinking wise. She's born over there in Poland. I feel like they put vodka in the baby bottles over there in Poland and Russia and Ukraine, all the Eastern European countries over there. Only got one spoiler from the movie as of now. Are you into Southern Tier? I love Southern Tier, absolutely. They have some amazing beers. I like their creme brulee a lot. I like their, they do that, it was like a chocolate peanut butter one. Sweet Baby Jesus, is that them? No, that's Duclaw, sorry. But I know they do some kind of like chocolate peanut butter one too. But I've liked a lot of the stuff I've tried from Southern Tier, especially their Halloween beer or their pumpkin beers. Was it the Warlock? And then their other pumpkin one is really good too. But yeah, Southern Tier is definitely a top company. Although I was disappointed. I tried one of their ginger beers. It was like a 4-pack for like $16. And it was the most expensive ginger beer I've ever had. It was like an Imperial ginger beer. I think, is that the only one out there? But it was terrible. Worst ginger beer I've ever had. Watched the movie The Reef today. Everybody loved that movie. I was disappointed when I saw it. I just thought it was a run-of-the-mill, nothing too great about it. And they didn't use a lot of like actual, like they use, you don't really see the shark. They use like other images from real sharks and stuff underneath there. But you just didn't get that same feeling to me of seeing the shark come out of the water and trying to, attack the person. I like The Shallows. That's my favorite shark attack movie since Jaws. Although, Deep Blue Sea, I put that in there because that's a lot of fun. But The Reef, to me, I was like the only person I've heard of that wasn't, raving about that one. Mixed the creme brulee stout and the pumpkin. There you go, the pumpkin. That's what it was. That sounds amazing. Brian Goes Blue. I will have to try that. I love the creme brulee. I love the pumpkin. I think I like Warlock a little bit more than the pumpkin now. Spielberg, you know what? I liked Spielberg a lot more growing up than I do now. I feel like a lot of his films now are a little bit too heavy-handed, a little bit too saccharine, and just too overly sentimental for me. Yeah, I'm kind of basic with the pumpkin stuff too. I love all the pumpkin everything. I even did a Starbucks pumpkin hot chocolate review briefly on my channel. It didn't do well, but it's one of those things that I feel like Starbucks should advertise. They do like the pumpkin lattes every year, but a lot of I don't drink coffee anymore, so a lot of people are interested in the substitutes for that, like the pumpkin hot chocolate. It's never on the menu, but you can ask for it, and it's amazing. And sometimes they actually have pumpkin whipped cream, and they put like a little spices and stuff on there too, so it's pretty awesome. What's up, Panoy Ride? Great to see you in here. Currently watching The Visit, says the movie guy. The Visit I thought was awesome. Like some of my favorite subgenres for horror: alien abduction, number one; crazy evil killer kids; crazy dolls. Those are like the top 3. But now recently with The Visit and then The Taking of Deborah Logan, I realized creepy old people are also one of the things that freaks me out the most too. Hey, Podmax Podcast. What's going on, man? How are you? I know we've been talking on Facebook a bunch recently, which is pretty cool. So now every time I see you on here, now I can actually, put the words that we've been talking to the channel on here. Favorite underrated shark movie is Bait. I did like Bait. Bait was pretty decent. I feel like that got a lot of buzz briefly and then died out. Was really disappointed with The Shallows, unfortunately. That's all right. I mean, not for everyone. I know I made a comment. I was talking about it on my 4K Ultra HD collection, and somebody just crapped all over it. And, it's everybody has different tastes. It's all subjective. For me, I loved it, though. It's one of my favorites of last year. Open Water, I still haven't seen. I have a double feature. I need to watch that, soon. Here it is right here, in fact. I can actually find a movie. I'm going to pull it out because I need to watch those. Open Water and Open Water 2, I still haven't seen it, but I have that double feature Blu-ray on there. I need to check them out. 47 Meters Down was a letdown. That was actually already released on DVD 2 years ago, and they actually pulled them from the shelves, so there's only a few that were out there. It went by a different name, and then they released it theatrically. I think they did it partly because I guess there's some other shark attack movie, then they saw how well The Shallows did. Open Water 2 was better, really? Open Water 3? I gotta catch up then. I love pumpkin seeds. In fact, every year when I carve the pumpkin, I roast the pumpkin seeds and I eat them. I put a little paprika, a little different other salts and peppers and stuff on there. But I absolutely love pumpkin seeds. But I hate the David's pumpkin seeds. They're disgusting. They're so overly salty, it makes me gag and want to vomit. I can't eat the the David's brand pumpkin seeds. So gross. But there's some other pumpkin brand seeds out there that have like, cinnamon and spices and all kinds of stuff on there, different kind of trendy new age kind of seed stuff like that, which I've seen at different grocery stores that have been really good though, but they're like way more expensive. One Man Drumline, what's going on, man? Cheers to you. So did anybody else watch anything great this weekend or really good that they would recommend? Do you own any Funko Pop collectible figures? I own some. Here's a few. I was able to meet Butch Patrick, and I got him to sign the Eddie Munster and with Wolfie figure. I met him at the Monsters and Robot convention, and I got this Robert Englund Freddy signed up. I like getting them signed on the actual figures. And then Lin Wein, co-creator of Wolverine, got him to sign that too. I like getting them signed on the figures to the box, and I like displaying them outside the box. And then I have a few more over here, which I wanted to like show in video, so I haven't taken them out yet. But I did have a couple other ones, and I don't know what happened. I had a Chewbacca one, a Sharknado one, which I wasn't a fan of Sharknado, but I liked the figure. And then I think I had one other one too, and I don't know where those ones went to, unfortunately. Talk movies with us. We just checked out Slither finally and loved it. That's awesome to hear. I love Slither. Slither's one of my favorites. It's a great mixture of horror, sci-fi, comedy, kind of a throwback feel. I love the cast. It was before James Gunn got really, really big with obviously Guardians of the Galaxy. I was able to get a DVD signed by James Gunn of Slither way back in the day when he did an in-store signing for it. And I have if I can find it. Yeah, I've got the Canadian release. I'll just show you the spine of Slither right there, the Blu-ray, which was like crazy out of print, and I should have sold it beforehand because now it obviously doesn't go for much since the Scream Factory Blu-ray. But, that's one of the things. I love Scream Factory and all that, what they're doing with the releases that haven't gotten releases before, but I feel like they just release so many movies that already have Blu-rays, Region A compatible Blu-rays. Like that list on your guys' group on Facebook, that one guy posted, I can't remember his name right now, Craigie Williams or something like that, possibly that guy. But he posts pretty often, which is cool. But he posted the ones that were like leaked, the 10, and 9 out of the 10 already have a Region A compatible Blu-ray release. I'm like, what the heck? That freaking sucks. Honestly, it does. Because a lot of times what you're basically doing is putting like one, inconsequential new special feature and then new artwork and charging way more for it. And then sometimes they do the deluxe editions where it's like $15 more for an extra slipcover and poster. I'm just not into that. I want to see more releases that don't have a release already. Get the releases. I was very happy about Hell Night and Poughkeepsie tapes. Obviously, I had so many people message me about the Poughkeepsie tapes, which is really awesome. I think that's super cool. I know you guys messaged me too about it. And hold on, I'm just scrolling through the comments. Bada. Pumpkin seeds, Funko Pop. Just bought the Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. Yeah, I actually want to get that myself. I don't even have that. It's a beautiful box set. I actually have to catch up on The Lodger, which I have the Criterion release for. But I mean, it depends what you're into. If you're into more horror, thriller, I mean, he's got a wide range. But I'm actually trying to check out The Lodger, which is a silent film from him, which I think was like the third film. Cheers. Hellride. Did I say Hellride? I meant Hellgate. Sorry. Hellgate with Linda Blair. Really good horror throwback. I had the VHS at one point. And I know I had like maybe it was a Warner Archive release. I can't remember actually who released the DVD for it. But I think the DVD might be out of print. But yeah, very happy to see it get a Blu-ray release. Yeah, Hellgate. If I said Hellride, that was a mistake on my part. Glad you guys like Slither, by the way. Got the One Dark Night from Code Red. I really want to get that, but here's a tip, Brian Goes Blue. I actually held off on getting it because they're going to be doing... Actually, I hope I didn't miss it. The store Dark Delicacies is doing an in-store signing for One Dark Night. It either is happening soon or coming up. I can't remember, but check out their website. But yeah, that's why I held off on getting that one currently. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming on Friday. I really enjoyed it. And that's that. I don't really like most of the Marvel efforts since Winter Soldier. All right, here's the thing. I think I'm like the only person in the world who didn't run out and go see Spider-Man Homecoming. I still haven't seen it yet, and I'm not super enthused to see it. I like comic book movies for what they are, popcorn entertainment. But I don't think there's a comic book movie, or like a superhero movie rather, that is on my top like 100 favorite movies list. Even though I am wearing a Superman shirt right now. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Deadpool too. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, mostly for Cable, because I was really big into comic books growing up as a kid, and Cable was my favorite character, even though he's a Terminator ripoff. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to hopefully Josh Brolin doing a good job. I was really hoping Ron Perlman would get the role. But yeah, I hope they do a New Mutants one, an X-Force one, a Cable standalone solo movie, a six-pack one. I want to see Strife. I want to see all the old school New Mutants and six-pack members, Domino. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't know when I'm going to see Spider-Man Homecoming. It's probably going to be somebody convincing me to see it. I've heard rave reviews for it, but I don't know, I don't know. It's just not something I would go run out and see currently. Great collection, dude. Thank you. What are some Criterions you want to get? I have it's funny you say that. I know it was the sale starting tomorrow maybe, or I think it's tomorrow they're starting. I had a video I was going to post about the top 10 Criterions on my wish list. Some of them are actually DVDs because they don't have Blu-ray releases. If it's the only way I can see a movie, I'll still want it. But there's a ton of Criterion Blu-rays I want to get. Probably one of the ones that's high up on the list for me is the Hoop Dreams Blu-ray, which actually I got rid of the DVD for it. I had that for forever. One of my favorite sports documentaries out there, but it has a new special feature where I guess they're talking about the two guys that it was based on now. So I thought that was really cool. I really want to get that. It's probably like number one on my to-get list for Criterion Collection. I want to get the new Straw Dogs release as well, or, the original one, not the remake. But yeah, I really love that one, Dustin Hoffman. All right, let me scroll through. There's a whole bunch more. I mean, I love what Criterion does. They're one of my favorite companies out there releasing. Did I scrolled too far? My apologies. Hold on. Brian Goes Blue podcast. Ben Hibbard was Summer with Monica. Oh yeah. It's not my favorite Bergman film. I liked Wild Strawberries, Persona. I mean, I saw the Criterion of that before. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one of my favorites. Yeah, Slither to me is, one of my favorite, I guess, modern horror movies. It was just an entertaining movie. Bay of Blood, I guess that one was definitely, it's more of, I guess, Giallo-esque, but it influenced a lot of slashers. There's a lot of slashers that you could see certain scenes almost copied the kill scenes, especially Friday the 13th. Did you know the New Jersey FYEs will now have Scream Factory sections? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I watched The Experiment with Adrian Brody and Forrest Whitaker. Oh, cool. I haven't seen that one. But I have heard of the Stanford Prison Experiment. I've heard of that one, but I haven't seen it. I've heard good things. I haven't checked out the Belko Experiment, but I know Talk Movies With Us raved about it, so I need to check that one out for sure. I'll put that on my top list of ones to need to look for. I need The Slip for Life Force. Good luck. It's super hard to find. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was a decent movie. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I have the slipcover for Life Force. In fact, it's right there. I can actually find stuff today. Usually when I do these live streams, I can never find anything. But I actually love that movie. One of my favorite, probably my favorite Tobe Hooper movie. I was thinking about it because one of my friends over in the UK, he's going to meet Tobe Hooper coming up. 80s horror fan. And I was thinking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original is probably my fifth favorite Tobe Hooper movie. Life Force, Funhouse, Poltergeist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, then the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I hate the poster artwork for Life Force and the Funhouse. Both of those ones I'm not a fan of. Tom's Cruise. What's going on, man? How are you? He said Spider-Man Homecoming sucked. Take your time seeing it. Yeah, like I was saying before, I feel like I was the only person out there that wasn't super enthused to watch it. Again, superhero movies, I like them. It's funny because I'm kind of criticizing them, but I'm wearing a Superman shirt. They're not my favorite. They're popcorn entertainment. That's what I take them as. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool, but they're not going to make my top 100 favorite movies. In the Spider-Man Homecoming, all the trailers I saw, I don't know. It didn't get me super excited for it. Souped. That shirt is absurd. Absurdly awesome. I freaking love this shirt. Is it Hell Night? Did I mess that up like 3 times? I'm so sorry. Hell Night. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I said I think Hell Ride the first time, then Hellgate, but it's the one with Linda Blair. You know what I'm talking about. But thank you for correcting me. I do appreciate that. But I did love that one. I have it on VHS or had it. When I did this last move, I missed like a bunch of stuff went missing. So Wonder Woman is outstanding. I'll check it when it comes out on Blu-ray. Yeah, Belko Experiment. The reason I didn't initially go out and watch it was because it's a concept that we've seen before. So that was mainly the reason why. But I've heard a lot of positive things about it, so I'll check it out. Persona, Wild Strawberries. Definitely check out both of those. Some great Bergman. Are you going to do What Should I Watch Tonight? No, because by the time I'm done with this video, I'm going to be in bed watching a movie. I actually already started a movie, Inferno 3D from Twilight Time. And, which I'll go ahead and show you guys the rest of the collection. Like, this is the office space room right here. That's all the horror Blu-rays. And there's more, and there's stuff on the floor. There's a whole bunch of stuff everywhere right there. And then up here, there's the bus sets. There's some Arrow Video, Digibook, Steelbooks down there. Obstructed from view are Blu-ray TV shows and seasons, Disney, Twilight Time, Eureka, Criterion. And then there's some posters and stuff down there. And then box sets. And then I've got the Singing Rain box set over there. But here's the rest of the collection over here, over yonder. There's all horror DVDs. And there's my dog chilling. Every time I say that, he's like, "Oh, you want to pet me? Okay, I'll come over there." But yeah, here's more DVDs. I've still got a big box of DVDs and a couple Blu-ray box sets to take out. I just want to thin through the collection first. And then more Blu-rays right here. Blu-rays, some 4K Blu-rays. Yeah, Inferno is what I have on right now on the TV. And it's basically a guy gets stranded in the desert kind of movie. And we've seen that a bunch, but this is one of the classic ones. And right now, it's one of those ones that actually has an intermission, too. What's out of print? I missed. Do you happen to own the Friday the 13th collection? I've got the DVD set for it. I actually prefer having the DVD set in a way because the Jason, the Blu-ray one of it, the Jason Goes to Hell, is not the unrated one. I know a lot of people hate it, but I like having the unrated version. But yes, I don't have the Blu-ray one of it. I really do want to have it, even though it doesn't have the unrated version of Jason Goes to Hell. It's so crazy about that Friday the 13th set. There was even a few months ago, I heard of people finding them in their local Best Buy, not out in the shelves, but actually like in the back. They had it in the store. They had like 1 or 2. So it's possible, but highly unlikely at this point. So yeah, I hope they release another set. So yeah, I'm watching Inferno 3D, and so it's just past the intermission mark, which is one of those old school ones that actually had the intermission little section. So once I'm done with this live stream, I will watch the rest of that movie. But I haven't done one of those. Thank you, SM. I appreciate that. I haven't done one of those "What movie should I watch" video in a while. I should do that again. Those are kind of fun to get your guys' feedback. But yeah, I'll watch Wonder Woman when it comes out on Blu-ray. Cinecreep, what's going on, man? How are you? I'm digging the new style of videos. Do what makes you happy, man. So that's the most important thing on here. People always ask me, what should I do to create a channel? I usually say consistency and interaction in the community, but most importantly, do what you're happy. If you're going to make videos on here thinking you're going to get money, you get a paycheck, make this a full-time job, or you're going to get YouTube famous, you're going to be disappointed because that's just less than, 1%. So do it for fun. Do it for the, that's why I've been on here all this time. All my friends, they're more casual moviegoers, you know what I mean? So when I get on here, I talk about more films that people aren't aware of, transfers, all kinds of stuff like that. Thank you, Tom's Cruise. But I honestly feel like so many people make videos on here because they think they're going to, make this their full-time job or they're going to get famous doing it. And that's just not realistic and not the right reasons to do it, essentially. have fun. I've had a lot of great opportunities on here too, so I'm thankful for that. But most importantly, I love talking movies with everybody, and I've made some good friends on here. So that's really what it's all about. It's funny, Sarah. I don't have the Godzilla Blu-ray, but I'll get that eventually. I have never seen Prison Break. I'm not gonna go all out on the Criterion sale. I might pick up like one or two. That's honestly. Watch the Zohan. No, I hate that movie. I know you like that movie, but Meet the Zohan was hot garbage for me. That was the decline of Adam Sandler right there. Just scrolling through the comments again. I'd much rather see War of Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I'd rather see War of the Planet of the Apes for sure too. Although, I don't know, I feel like they're getting a little too derivative at this point. I just got a text message. Went on a date yesterday at a beercade. We went with friends to a party afterwards. I ended up drinking too much and woke up in someone's bathtub. Was this a successful date? Heck yeah, that's a successful date. That's a great story right there, Drexel. It's so funny because my roommate went out with his friend, and he was having the friend was having a birthday, and they went to like a beercade kind of thing too. So I was like, did this happen to somebody I know? Scrolling through, I probably missed some comments. I make $10 million a year doing YouTube. Props to you. Good luck on that. Don't let the IRS find out. I'm too good. You keep telling yourself that, buddy. How do you feel about Resident Evil series? I feel like it was a sharp decline. I enjoy the heck out of the first one. I like the second one. And then after that, it was a hot garbage mess. Although Resident Evil Damnation, the CG generated one, was actually pretty decent. But the last one that I saw, the final chapter, was a hot steaming pile of poop. Yeah, those movies got so derivative. I feel like from the third to, I don't even know how many there were now, like 8. I don't remember, but if you include the CG ones, I think more than that. But I feel like if you see one of them, you've seen them all. They just do the same kind of thing, very derivative, but they add like a couple new creatures here and there and make the storyline just dragged out. Show us some Steelbooks. I shall. Ask and you shall receive, Steve. Here are some Steelbooks. Here is one that I bought from Spider Geek, signed up by George A. Romero. I don't put plastic bags on my Steelbooks or Blu-rays. I see everybody doing that, and I don't understand it. Like, I see people putting these plastic bags on $5 bargain bin Blu-rays. I don't get it. I only put this one on there because I think he shipped it with it, and it is autographed. So it's like, that one I can see. So, but yeah, all my other ones I don't have plastic baggies on. I don't understand. As long as you're not jamming them back and forth, and I don't know what you guys are doing to your Steelbooks, but I've never had any damage like that before. And if you think putting a little plastic bag is going to protect it against any real damage, then you're out of your mind. But yeah, here's just some random stuff. I was happy to get the Christine Steelbook. I don't really love that. I know it's like kind of an old school advertisement. I wish the whole artwork would have been just the Christine part right there. But very happy to get that. They had some really good deals on Best Buy Steelbooks recently. Attack the Block is super underrated. Event Horizon, one of my favorite sci-fi horror movies, like in space ones. Obviously after Aliens. But I still never got the Return of the Living Dead from Scream Factory because I have this Steelbook, which is playable in the U.S. A lot of people aren't aware, and this has a ton of special features, including the More Brains documentary, which over here was a whole separate release. So yeah, but as soon as you put it in, you just press the menu button and it'll pull it up. So yeah, here's just some random... Here's a really nice looking one for The Fly, the original Fly. I love that artwork. But yeah, I don't know, we got some different stuff in here. I am going to do a video where I show the whole Steelbook collection, and I'm going to do a whole video for my John Carpenter's The Thing collection, which I have a few Steelbooks for. But that's just some random Steelbooks right there. Alright, scrolling through. I hope they make it full survival horror. I want to see the Friday the 13th one. I want to see a Friday the 13th in the snow. Make that happen. Is that an E.T. digibook? Yes. I love that E.T. digibook, in fact. I love those Universal ones. Universal did a great job on their digibooks. Big fat ones. There's like the Jaws one as well. Some great releases. I think the Jaws digibook and then the Taxi Driver digibook are two of the best like standard Blu-ray, well not standard, but Blu-ray releases out there for me. I like the Poltergeist one too. Love Event Horizon. Yeah, that one's super crazy. And apparently there were some scenes that were actually cut that were lost. I remember reading an article recently. I can't remember who. I don't know if it's Bloody Disgusting or there's another Freddy in Space. I can't remember now, but somebody had an article about there was some footage that was essentially lost from Event Horizon. It was deleted scenes essentially, but they didn't take good care of the footage, so that's unfortunate because I love that movie, and it was definitely one that freaked me out when I was younger. I love Attack the Block. I think it's super underrated and doesn't get quite as much love. And it has the guy from the Star Wars movie. I can't remember his name. Boyega, I think. But yeah, he was in there before he got like super huge in that. You and the fucking snow. I love snowy setting movies, and there aren't enough horror ones. But yes, I would love to see. I'm sure I'm not the only one who would love to see Jason in the snow. I mean, the original Friday the 13th was actually shot in New Jersey, and that camp is still there. So we do get snow here, so it's possible. I chose the Steelbook ET over the Digibook. That's all right. I mean, I like both Digibooks and Steelbooks for different reasons. But I like the Digibooks because they have all the behind the scenes photos and information. There's just so much more information in there. It's not just like a picture and then the hard Steelbook case. So that's sometimes why I go for the Digibook. All right, Ben Hibbard, thank you for tuning in. I know I get a lot of UK people saying do the streams earlier. It's usually when I do these, it's this is the weekend obviously, but it's after work, and then it's kind of a like spur of the moment kind of thing. So I don't really ever plan them out, and I can't do them too earlier on the weeknights. So thank you. Take care. Good night. This is Ben Hibbard. Nick Frost was hilarious as always. Oh yeah, absolutely. He was like the drug dealer guy in there, right? Yeah, I remember him. After your date, did your fingers smell like Lawrence Fishburne? I see what you did there. I see what you did. Oh man, that makes me think of a story from my fraternity days, which I will not get into right now. Maybe in the future. I know I did one of these live streams recently, and somebody asked me, because I was engaged a while back, for those of you who didn't know, but somebody asked me to do a video about that. So I was going to entitle it, That One Time I Was Engaged. And that whole story is kind of wacky, but yeah, I don't know. That was a while ago, and I'm happy to be free from those chains for sure. I definitely made the right decision not to go any further with that. But yeah, she was a redhead, and I always say this, I feel like redheads are the craziest of all girls out there, at least in my experience. But again, you gotta, there's like the crazy passion level. Like, are you willing to get, deal with all the crazy for the passionate part? It's up to you. And I feel like there's different levels of crazy. I feel like, I joke and say all girls are crazy, different levels of the crazy. Are you willing to deal with 50, there's like 50 text message crazy, or getting your tire slashed crazy? There's different levels. But it's all love. I say it from my heart. And I'm sure us guys drive you girls to be a little bit crazy sometimes. Freedom! Braveheart style. I'd like to see a video about your crazy exes. Oh, I do. Oh my gosh, do I ever have some crazy exes. But I'm friends with most of my exes. At least Facebook friends. I remember I was seeing this girl who was in a couple videos like a couple years ago on here. I was dating her, and because I am still friends with some girls that I've like not necessarily dated but hooked up with or briefly were seeing or whatever. And I had a birthday party, and some of those girls were there who I had, I hooked up with this one girl once like 7 years ago, and she was there, and my girl at the time got so pissed off she didn't know about it initially. I didn't really think it was a big deal because I don't think about it. That girl who I hooked up with 7-8 years ago is now married and has kids, so I didn't really think it was a big deal, but she was so pissed off, so that was a whole big thing. Yeah, redheads aren't yeah. I've learned my lesson with the redheads, but I can't say no. I do You know, what can you do? Adam and Eve, that forbidden fruit. Gingers have no souls. Man, I actually tuned into the Cinema Scumbags live stream last night, and I enjoyed their live stream. And I know Filmy's Nick is a ginger. Much love to Filmy's Nick and all the Scumbags. I always enjoy their channels. And it's cool to see Seth and Filmy's Nick filming together. So that's pretty cool. I like when they get that interaction. I think anything, for any of these channels, it's cool when there's more than one person in the video. You get to see the interaction, how they play off each other. They talk about, different things, and oftentimes they have different opinions. So I dig that. John Hickey, what's going on? There's your short out. Holy moly. Scotty, Bootzilla111, one of my homies on here, one of my OG homies. How are you, man? Yes, I did watch Train to Busan. I thought it was great. I thought it was basically 28 Days Later meets Snowpiercer in a way. 28 Days Later on Train. I thought it was very palpable, intense, and I loved the ending to it. And congratulations to you, Scotty. I want to see you do more videos on here. How many copies of The Thing do I have? Actually, it's funny. I was just mentioning I'm going to do a whole video on my John Carpenter's The Thing collection. I don't know how many I have. I know I have... There's so many. There's a few other ones I want to get. Like there was a Spanish liquid steel or metal pack that's from Spain. It has like blue liquid in it. And I know there was somebody on here who used to make videos that's selling their collection now. And she was selling, but she wanted like $70, not including shipping. And she's from Brazil. And that's an insane price tag for that because I have a bunch of those metal packs, including a Slither one, which I did, has liquid in it. I did a video for that forever ago. And I got all those for, I want to say 30. So I know now they're like super hard to find. So I get it's going to be more money. But still, I think that's too much money. And then one other time I saw a Thing one, which I think might have been like an Israeli release. And it had like a blood pack slipcover thing on it. But that guy wanted like 100. I'm like, put the pipe down, buddy. I love the movie, but I'm not willing to put that much money down on it. But I want to say I probably have like, 20 different releases. And there's other ones that I've seen before, like French VHS ones that have different artwork. And, it's my favorite movie of all time, so I'll collect anything for John Carpenter's The Thing. I do have a Japanese laser disc, which I know I've shown before, but I'm going to show you again because the artwork is amazing. If I can find it. Nah, I don't know if I'm going to find it right now. Alright, I don't know where it's... I don't think I'm going to be able to find it right now. Oh, there it is. If you can see that artwork, it is friggin' awesome. That's the Japanese Laserdisc for John Carpenter's The Thing. And I need to do so many videos. And here's actually a Horror Hound The Thing cover right there. And I finally got this, the Thing Waxwork Deluxe Edition, which that was such a pain in the butt to get. Holy moly. Might do a whole video talking about that. But yeah, Train to Busan was amazing for sure. Definitely lived up to the hype. I've got like at least probably like 20 copies of The Thing. That's just a guesstimate. But I got to get them all grouped together. I want to see Funko Pop figures for John Carpenter's The Thing. I think that would be awesome. But again, I think that's one of the... They do Funko Pops for everything, so why the heck not? This just came to me, but are there any other movie channels you watch? For example, Stuckman, Jeremy John's Flick Pick Schmoes. I am not a fan of Jeremy John's at all. I can't stand... I remember I watched a few of his things. I'm like, why is this guy popular? Like, I think one of the things he used to do was, do you have to be drunk or not to watch this? And I feel like that is just like the lowest level of reviewing. His videos were very short, so I just felt like they were, they're for younger people, ADHD kind of stuff. That's what it felt like watching his videos. And I feel like most of the big reviewers don't have much knowledge of films outside of like the 2000s or late 90s. I remember watching some of these people and they didn't see some of the most well-known movies out there. And they're not really too into horror either, so... But I do think Chris Stuckman has come a long way. I think he's actually, out of all those guys, the best reviewer. Thank you! I appreciate that, Cubby, with a K. But yeah, Stuckman I'll watch every now and then. I think the people that I enjoy watching the most are not big YouTubers. I feel like some of the ones that are lesser known people deserve more views. Talk Movies With Us is one of my favorite channels to watch on here. Reject Films is another. There's so many great channels out here that deserve more views. I like what Cinecreep is doing now too. He's doing more review stuff like that. He did the Trainspotting 2 review. Which do you prefer, IPA by... Yeah, it's not even a question. IPA for sure. Well, they have Funko ones for The Big Trouble. There you go. Absolutely, Sarah. I forgot about that. You are correct. Yes, there's going to be a Jeepers Creepers 3. Cathedral. Or actually, they're not even calling Cathedral now, I guess. But yes, they've been talking... It's already happening, but I don't know when it's going to be released. That's the thing. Oh, so it is finished filming. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, for years they were talking about it, and then finally I guess they started filming and I guess they finished, but I don't know anything about the release date. I know Victor Salva did something super disgusting way back in the day, and now because of, you know, the advent of social media, he's getting a lot more attention, a lot more backlash, and rightfully so. I feel like that's something that even prison and anything like that, I feel like you shouldn't be forgiven for that, in my opinion. So I can understand that, but I still love Jeepers Creepers. So it's one of those things. It's the same thing with oh my gosh, drawing a blank right now. But you know, obviously Bill Cosby recently, but Woody Allen, Roman Polanski. I love Rosemary's Baby. I love a lot of the films that they do, but I can't condone what they do in their personal life. So yeah, he's getting a lot of backlash for sure on the internet, and understandably so. So I feel like that's partly to do with some of the issues of the delay for the movie. Show some Arrow sets. Asking you shall receive. My Arrow collection is still, I think the last time I did the stream too, I'd said this, I have a ton in the other room right now. I'm going through my Arrow video releases. They do a phenomenal job on the box sets. So, there you go. There's just a few of the box sets right now. I have a few other ones in the other room. But there's a few, and here's some of the window ones. I actually really love the window case designs back in the day. I wish they would have done more with them. And of course now there's like a million different Phenomena releases, which I really want to get the other Phenomena releases because that's one of my all-time favorite movies, my favorite Dario Argento film. Not a good guy by any means, but at least he knows how to make a good horror movie. Yeah, you know, I was really surprised that after he came out of prison, he did like Powder and movies like that. I figured he would have been like blacklisted from Hollywood, but I guess not. You hear about pool parties with Bryan Singer and Woody Allen, all these, Roman Polanski getting all that love. It's kind of surprising. I feel like there's a secret, seedy underbelly of Hollywood that gives these guys kind of passes for that kind of stuff, which is sick and crazy. But I was a big fan of Jeepers Creepers before I knew about what he did. I can't wait for the reanimated Arrow set. Yes, absolutely. I actually got rid of did I get rid of them? Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I got rid of the reanimated old school Blu-rays that I have because I'm looking forward to getting the Arrow video release of it. Someone offered me 350 Laserdisc and a player for free. Don't have the room, but I can't say no. What do you think? I would pick it up for sure. Again, I would collect it just for the movies that I'm a huge fan of and the artwork. And then, you know, if you want to keep them for that format, you can do that as well. And there's some people who actually still do collect Laserdisc. So, I mean, I would for sure. Why the heck not? You can do trades. You can sell them. Or otherwise, you can actually... I never loved the format because you have to flip that big disc. But, yeah, I loved some of the artwork. So that was one of the things. And plus, there's Criterions on Laserdisc that don't have, I think, other releases. I think there was an Akira. Did that have a Laserdisc Criterion release? Would you have any tips for someone who's starting a Blu-ray collection? Thanks, love the videos. Kaz Fields? Yeah, I would say bargain hunt. Wait for deals, wait for sales, check out local flea markets, check out apps like 5 Miles, Let Go. There's another one that I can't remember. Check out your local Facebook, Craigslist. Try to find good deals. I found some amazing deals out there. So that's one of the things I would definitely recommend. Do go to different trading forums, posts, Blu-ray.com. There's different Facebook groups. So you can find great deals like that. I think that's the biggest tip I can give everybody out there. Check out all those different areas for deals. Is Sisters Region A from Arrow? No, it is not. A while ago, I had a region-free player. It broke, stopped working. So I still do have a few region B locked releases, and Sisters from De Palma is one of them. Great film. I was able to view it back then, which was, I don't even know how many, like at least 2 years ago, I want to say, when I got that. But no, it's Region B. I wish they had a Region A. Bryan Singer, yes, absolutely. And so is Victor Salva, so is maybe possibly Woody Allen, according on who you want to believe. Did you have... No, I actually did not check out The Mummy yet, but I did want to. I'm a big fan of Tom Cruise, and I think a lot of people don't seem to understand. There was Mummy movies way before the recent one from like the 2000s, Brendan Fraser ones. So I think a lot of people were comparing it to that, but... Yeah, pawn shops, if you have pawn shops. There's no pawn shops around here, which is nuts. I can't believe that. Like, when I was living in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, there was like a pawn shop across the street from a pawn shop next to a pawn. It was ridiculous. And here, there's no pawn shops. I don't get it. Like, there are some thrift stores, though, but not like straight up pawn shops. Nostalgia Critic. Is that the guy with the glasses? If so, I feel like I'm not a big fan. I feel like he just, I don't know, he's too over the top for me, too theatrical, too twitchy. Yeah, I think that's the guy that does those kind of... The guy with the glasses, is that the guy? Because I'm not a fan then, no. Definitely not. I like James, the Angry Video Game Nerd, when he does reviews, because he's a fan of horror, and he's got a great collection. And I like him. When he does the over-the-top stuff, I don't know, I just find it funny and entertaining. But when the Nostalgia Critic guy, I think that's the guy with the glasses, I just can't get behind it. It's cringy to me. I know he's got a big following, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. Because a lot of the popular people I'm not into. I don't get it. Thanks for the words, and I love the press. Sorry. Akira, yes, absolutely. I know Akira actually just got a Steelbook release, Blu-ray Steelbook release, which I really want to get. Yeah, actually, there's some really nice Laserdisc box sets, too, for sure. There's the Hellraiser one. Saw you on the Scumbags last night. Wanted to give you a shout-out, but didn't want to confuse them. Thank you, Matthew Duffy. Somebody actually did give me a shout-out on there, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I dig the Cinema Scumbags channel. Those are people that I watch. So I enjoy when they all get together and do those live streams. And Dawn of the Dead Remake is getting a Blu-ray release. I already have it. That's one of the things I was talking about. Scream Factory is releasing 9 of the 10 new releases that they announced already have Region A compatible releases. I already have the Land of the Dead Germany Steelbook, which is region free. If I can find it, probably not. I can usually never find anything when I'm actually trying to look for it. But I know it's over here somewhere. I was able to get this signed up. I do have that old school Akira Steelbook. Man, I don't know where the heck it is right now. It's over here somewhere. Oh, here it is, right here. I was able to get this signed up by John Leguizamo. Beautiful signature. I saw him do live stand-up at the Stress Factory Comedy Club in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Shout out to that comedy club. One of my favorite comedy club out there. I've seen so many great acts there. But yeah, so Land of the Dead already has a Blu-ray Steelbook from Germany, but it's region-free. And then I already have this Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray. So I feel like everything they're releasing, it's stuff that already has a release. Put out more stuff that doesn't have a Blu-ray release already. Holy moly. Here's some box sets. Steve, you're putting a lot of requests. I appreciate it. These are not all my Blu-ray box sets by any means, but here's just a few. There's the Inception one. The big Scarface one is actually a DVD set, but it's a beautiful set. There's the Game of Thrones Season 1, which I still haven't watched. The Watchmen set. That's actually, I take it back. The Watchmen is probably my favorite like superhero kind of movie. So that's one that would be one of my favorites for sure. Gone with the Wind. I love the Willy Wonka one. I've got over there in the corner the Singing in the Rain one. I love the way that looks. So I kind of want to leave it like that, but I want to get another one of it. This is my favorite box set that I own, and it's probably the rarest thing in the collection and the most expensive thing in the collection. It's a Japanese heat box, Ultimate Edition for Deep Red and Suspiria. But it's all black. But it's the heat box because when you apply any heat on the cover, the spine, or the back, it reveals an image underneath. You can see that on there. So that's super cool. This was the rarest and most expensive thing in my collection that I've ever purchased. So there's the house. Oh, I forgot I even had that one down there. I got to reorganize everything. I got the Workaholics set recently. Great price point, but the packaging could have been better. But there's just some random stuff. What other critics do you like? I like Stuckman, entertained by Red Letter Media, but only agree with Jay. I know I've probably seen Red Letter Media, but I can't remember for sure. Yeah, Stuckman is one that I enjoy now. I didn't used to be a big fan, but he's come a long way reviewing-wise. I feel like a lot of the other reviewers haven't come as far as he has. Like, I'm not a fan of Jeremy Johns at all. Nostalgia Critic, I'm not a fan of. But Stuckman, I'm a fan of. The Schmoes, I like one of the Schmoes. The other Schmo, I'm not a big fan of. Cinematic 77. Yeah, he has a ton of great editions. Does he still make videos? I used to talk to him back in the day, but I haven't talked to him in a while. But he has a great collection for sure. And favorite stand-ups. Never been before. Oh, definitely check out live stand-up. That live experience for stand-up comedians, nothing compares to it. Greg Giraldo is one of my favorites. Trying to think of... oh my gosh, I can't remember. Patrice O'Neal is another one. There's so many great comedians out there that are lesser known that deserve more credit. I used to be a big Amy Schumer fan, but now I'm not. I feel like she went downhill when she got all that fame went to her head, and all of a sudden she's feminist comedy. No, she's not. She used to do all those, sex jokes. That was her whole shtick, like STDs and those were STDs, vagina jokes. Those were her whole gimmick. And lots of foul language. And then she got a TV show, and she got writers. The writers are the feminist comedians, not her. And her last stand-up special bombed. And yeah, she became completely different. She let that fame go to her head, and she wasn't fan-friendly anymore either. Favorite war military movies? Again, Saving Private Ryan is one I've always loved. And then I'd have to say recently it would be... the Mel Gibson directed one, which I am overheating right now like crazy. Holy moly. Desmond Doss. Whew. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the fan. Where is it? I know I have the 4K of it. Is it in the other room? It's probably in the other room. I can't... Hacksaw Ridge. There you go. And now I have to, figure out where the heck I put Hacksaw Ridge at, because it's not over here. Hopefully it's in the other room. I'm so disorganized right now. There's a ton of great... Frontline is an Asian war movie that I don't hear people talk about. That's one I would definitely recommend. Thin Red Line, Platoon, Apocalypse Now. There's a ton of great war films out there. Where is Hacksaw Ridge down there? I can't even see it. That is going to bother me. I'm going to have to find Hacksaw Ridge. I don't know where I put that. That is so bothersome. I gotta find where I put that. Whew. Yes, the Sleepaway Camp box set. Right there. It's actually the Recall version. It's the Red Cross one. The actual Red Cross Association made them recall it. So that was re-released, the survival kit, without that. I see the cases in the heat box. Is that a bonus disc or another Argento? It's I think it's just the two movies. Yeah, it's just Deep Red and Suspiria. Dice Clay came and sell the Paramount Theater in upstate New York. Yeah, I saw Andrew Dice Clay at Stress Factory a couple times. I think he's actually pretty good still. Again, but you either like him or you don't. But I feel like he's better than what I was expecting. Yeah, Bill Burr, absolutely. Thin Red Line, yes, absolutely. Frank Young, what's going on? I'm really bothered. I gotta find where I put my Hacksaw Ridge 4K. Where is it? So let me know if you guys see it when I scroll through over here. Maybe you guys can find it for me. Because I feel like a lot of times this stuff is right in front of my face and I can't see it. I'm too close. Where is that? That is so gonna bother the heck out of me now. I'm constantly misplacing stuff. Where is it? When this is done, I'm going to tear everything apart and try to find out where I put that, because that is bothering me so much right now. I can't find it. But once this video, I'm going to stop this video in a couple minutes, but once this video ends the live stream and gets posted onto YouTube, leave me some movie recommendations to check out, because I want to check out some more stuff. I want to do some more movie reviews. I actually was talking about that already, Thomas Dodson. I feel like I don't really care about those releases from Scream Factory because I already have Blu-rays for both Land and Dawn of the Dead. They're just releasing so many movies that already have Region A compatible Blu-ray releases. 9 out of the 10 have Region A Blu-ray compatible releases already. So I'm not really looking forward to it. They're just continually releasing stuff that already has releases, and I don't really feel like wasting my money for, you know, brand new artwork and a slipcover. Now I want to watch The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. I love the heck out of that movie. I want to get that Blu-ray. Thank you for reminding me. I hope I can remember that, because that was such a cheesy, fun movie. Oh, I can't believe I can't find that. Where the heck is it? I thought I had it with the rest. I have to dig through. I hope I didn't like accidentally put that in a sale pile somewhere. That would definitely upset me. Where is Hacksaw Ridge on 4K? I have it, or I had it. That is so upsetting to me now. I am bummed that I can't find that. That is irritating. Alright, it's almost 11. Is it over here? Harry Potter, Lucy, Lone Survivor. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to like dig through stuff after this. Teen Wolf. I actually like the Teen Wolf movies, but again, that's the first Teen Wolf has a Blu-ray release. Frank Young, what's up? Gopher Boy, favorite era of movies? If you're talking about like a favorite decade, I like the 80s. The 80s would probably be my favorites. 70s would probably be next. Check out Weirdsville. I am not familiar with Weirdsville at all. What is that? A movie or TV show? I'm kind of like spazzing out right now, trying to figure out where the heck I put my Hacksaw Ridge 4K release. I'm gonna like totally dig through everything and hopefully find it after this video. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it a night and turn on the air, because even though I have the window open in the other room, I'm sweating right now. But thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it, and I'll be doing more of these live streams in the future, because I love this instant interaction, and then how easily accessible it is. And maybe I'll try to schedule some. I know some people always say, when are you going to do it? I usually just do it on a whim. Yeah, Graveyard Shift. I love the heck out of that movie. I had the VHS at one point. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great night, and leave me some movie recommendations to check out once this video stops going live and gets posted to YouTube. Thank you again, and hope everybody has a great night. Cheers.